Edit it. Hopefully it's coming up. All right. I hope you guys are seeing this right now. If not, I'll post it later. Hello, my friends. My name is Sherry Sutton. I am your marketing mentor. And today we're going to talk about email marketing and how you can use it to grow your business. Email is still a very, very important part of your overall marketing mix. So if you're not utilizing email, now is the time to start. I know a lot of us talk about social media, which is fantastic, and it's got a very good place. However, and I'm going to show you this in a second, as people get to know you a little bit more, email marketing is really an important part. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to, let me put up my slides. Let's do this one. Okay, great. All right, so email marketing is a great way to stay in touch with customers who already know you. So there are different types of activities you're going to do depending on how much people know who you are. So there's awareness generation activities, and the reason why it's so wide on the funnel is because you need more people and you need to be spending more time and doing more activities in awareness to get in as many people as you need, because not as many of those people are going to go into the point of consideration. Now, when they do, though, so that's why it's smaller, because there aren't as many people, but when they do, they've shown you some interest in being part of your world, right? They've said, hey, I'd have some interest in learning more about you. So the types of activities we're going to do are going to change. And then when they get to the point of decision, we're going to need to do some very different activities as well. Let me show you what those are. So email marketing is very much in this consideration side and kind of a down to decision. So let me show you what I mean. So there's different activities, as I said, depending on what people know about you. So the first thing is awareness. You need to be doing lots and lots of activities here in order to get the number of people into your funnel and have them seeing your message multiple times. Now we're saying like up to 30 times, see your message before they even consider buying from you. So those are the awareness generation activities are things like SEO. This is where your social media posts come in, podcasts, content marketing, or your blog, which ties in with SEO, ads. This can be your YouTube channel as well. My YouTube channel is a real awareness generation activity for me. Public relations, networking, speaking at conferences, all of those things, those are awareness generation activities. That's where you get in front of people who maybe don't know you yet, or they haven't seen you enough times that they will identify themselves as considering buying from you. So once you've done a lot of those activities, again, you need to do a lot of those because people need to see you at least 30 times before they're willing to even consider buying from you. But once they're in the consideration phase, there's a couple different things that you want to do. The first thing is really offer them a lead magnet with a freebie. These are things like guides, trials. These people are now willing to give you more information and they're willing to give you more of their time. So give them some things to chew on, right? Give them some additional information so they can learn more about you. They can learn a little bit more about your services and specifically how you can help them with the challenges that they're having. So lead magnets that collect people's emails so that you can start emailing them later. This is key at this stage of the buying cycle. So this can be lots of different things. We're going to talk about this a little bit more in a few minutes. Webinars are another great way to do it. This is a consideration activity. Most people who are watching this right now probably have never, know who I am. They're willing to give me whatever, 20 minutes of their time, your precious time. People who are watching this right now, thank you for giving me, 20-ish minutes of your precious time. You are probably in that consideration bucket, right? You know who I am. Now you're considering whether or not you want to work with me further, whether it's just receiving free content or not. And so this is a great example of that. The next place is your website. Now, your website is a place where people will go to when they see you. Hopefully, either one, you told them they met you and you told them about your website, or they learned about you by Googling you. So you have to make sure your search engine optimizations is really good, right? That's back up here towards the top. But your website, people don't just find your website, right? They're going to look you up through one of these awareness generation activities, either by Googling you or by meeting you at a conference, getting your card, going to your website, whatever it might be, or they saw you on social media. So your website is a really important part of this consideration process. They have said, I want to learn more, tell me more. So that's why they go to your website. Facebook groups are another great example of this. I have my own. It's a private Facebook group. Again, one of the things that I do when you join the Facebook group is I get your email because then I can email you later. Remarketing as well. So if you've ever gone shopping for shoes, I was doing this the other day and I all of a sudden got a gazillion ads for the exact shoes that I was looking for. Who would have figured, right? Those are remarketing ads. So now that you have done a few things in that consideration, now that you've collected some emails, now it's time to really start emailing them, right? And now you'll be at the sort of that next step. They may not be quite at decision. Emails kind of fall right in this middle spot, right? So you can continue to nurture that relationship with emails. Then after that, that's where you start doing like free consults, free audits, those types of things to really get them more into your world. So let's start talking specifically about how to start an email campaign. And I talked about this a second ago, but you really need a promotion that collects emails. Now, someone's not going to just give you their email because you said, hey, can I have your email? I mean, they might. That would be cool. Generally, they'll only give you their email if you are giving them something in return. So they'll give you an email for things like freebies, downloadable guides, webinars, quizzes, calculators. I was just looking at somebody's website and they had a journal that you could download, right? So these can be things like I did a quiz a couple months ago on like which entrepreneur are you, which Sex in the City entrepreneur are you, right? And you got to answer all these questions, and it was just really fun. But it increased my email list by about 30% just on that one freebie. So always having some sort of a freebie, whether it's a seminar, a downloadable. Maybe it's I do free 20-minute audits. There's lots and lots of different things you can do here, but give them some value in exchange for their email. Now they've given you their email. You've got permission to email them, so do it, right? I know some of us feel like, oh, I'm annoyed by emails, so I don't want emails. But they've given you permission, so it's okay. But email them, right? They are in that consideration phase. They need to hear from you in order to get to the place of decision. All right. So let's talk a little bit about tips for creating emails that actually sell. Because have you guys ever seen, I get some emails from people like this, and a lot of times it's well-meaning entrepreneurs, but they'll give you a newsletter that's not really a sales email, and it doesn't really give value. It just kind of gives you an update on what's happening in their business. And while we love those, if we're, especially if it's somebody who we really love and support, we want to have emails that really give us some value, give us a good takeaway, and drive people to the next level. So we're going to talk about those kind of emails. All right. One of the things I hear from so many people is I just don't want to feel spammy, right? Across the board in all of their marketing, I just don't want to feel like that icky, gross, spammy person. But I promise you, you won't feel spammy if you give value. And this is true in your emails. This is true in your social media. This is true in speaking, right? Look at this presentation as a good example. This is a consideration activity. You have shown me, through attendance today that you are interested somehow in my products, right? At some point along the line, you've probably gotten my email, or I've probably gotten your email through some other freebie, or maybe you registered for this event today. So I now have a responsibility that if I'm going to reach out to you, it's because I'm going to give value. That's exactly what I'm doing in this presentation today. You might never buy from me, and that's okay. But my goal is to give you as much value as I can. Obviously, I can't tell you everything you need to market your business in a small period of time, but giving you little pieces of information that you need to make your life better. And for me, helping you to market your business. So I don't feel spammy sending this out because I know I'm giving you really great value for free, and that is a very good exchange for giving me your email. And I don't, I won't feel spammy. I'll feel spammy if I send you a note every single day saying, hey, you got to buy. Hey, you got to buy. Right. Instead, what you want to do is go, hey, here's 3 tips for doing this. Or here's, hey, I just met with a client. Here was their challenge. And here's how we solved it. So always looking at ways to do value. And I've got another course called the Constant Content Formula. And that really dives into this idea. If you're interested in that, let me know. All right. Frequency of emails, at least once a week. A lot of people are like, oh, I'll just send something once a month. I think that that's too infrequent for people. They'll just sort of forget. Remember that it takes people in awareness like 30 times before they're even willing to consider buying from you. It's about the same in consideration, right? So they need to see you many, many times. So let's say even if the number is 10, people need to see your messages at least 10 times, consideration type content at least 10 times. If you're only sending an email once a month, it's going to take a year to get them to the place where they're ready to buy. So you want to increase that frequency. However, you don't want to be like, again, there is a line of being spammy. There is a line of offering really good value so you don't feel spammy, but I never recommend doing something that's more than once a day. Unless it's like, hey guys, sign up by midnight. And then you send out a note at the end of the day, hey guys, last reminder to sign up by midnight, right? Sometimes it's okay, but in general, never email more than once a day because I do feel like that is a tipping point for people to be like, all right, I'm done. I'm over it, right? I find the sweet spot. I send out emails 3 days a week. If I have a specific promotion I'm working on, I might go up to 4 days a week, but I try never to go past that unless it's like the last few days again, like, hey, sign up by midnight type of a thing. Don't be afraid to reuse content from social media, your talks, interviews, etc. One of the things that is so challenging for all of us entrepreneurs is we've got a lot of stuff to do, right? And the idea of creating content for social media and then our website and then a webinar and then I'm speaking at this conference and then it gets very overwhelming very, very quickly. So don't be afraid to reuse content. I'm going to use this as an example. Again, using this presentation right now as an example. So I had the invite for this event. I did 2 social media posts talking about this seminar coming up. I also had an event on Facebook where you could learn a little bit more about it. So I got a couple different touch points just promoting the fact that this was happening, as well as an email I sent an email, I believe it's on Monday, though this week we might not have because it was a holiday, but we did send an email on Tuesday inviting you, and then a reminder email this morning reminding you that it's coming up soon. So those are 5 touch points before I even gave the seminar itself. So here I am giving the seminar. That's one more touch point. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to actually have a recap of this of this training that will be created by my copywriter or ChatGPT. I've been using more frequently and it's really awesome. I'm going to do a training soon on ChatGPT. But what I'll do is I'll do a recap of this and that will go out tomorrow or maybe Monday, just depending on if we get it written and out in time, that gives a recap of this email or of this training in the email. So now I've done the 5 touch points before. I've done the seminar itself. now I've got a recap that's going to go out as an email. And I'll probably also do a social media post with a recap of all of the things that I've talked about. So now I've created, and then I do all of those on multiple places, right? So all of my social media posts go on my LinkedIn personal page, my LinkedIn business page, my Facebook business page, my Facebook personal page, and Instagram. Probably do a story on YouTube and then TikTok as well. So you can see how one piece of content has now multiplied into, at least 20 different touch points for just one piece of content. And that is totally fine. Remember that not everyone is going to see every piece of content you send out there, right? They're saying 10% of people see your posts on social media. If you get a, 50% open rate on your emails, you're doing really well. So that's okay, right? It's okay. Not everybody's going to read it. So it's okay to reuse the content. Again, as long as it's always value added content. Okay, so your next question might be, well, how do I send out automated emails that, am I just going to do it in Outlook or, on Gmail? That's a lot to do. So I have two platforms that I recommend. I use Allure as the back end for all of my business. It's my email marketing, my CRM, all of my purchasing, like my products go through there. My website is also on their platform. I really, really like it. Tell them I sent you because the woman who runs it is amazing. Her name is Marissa, and she is a client of mine as well. So I love her. MailChimp is another really good one. You can start on MailChimp for like $20 a month, I think. So that is a very good introductory way to just start doing some emails without spending a ton of money. And it's very user friendly. And so is Allure. Allure is very, very user friendly. Okay. One thing you want to make sure you include in all of your emails is some sort of a call to action where they can learn more. So you want to send them to, well, again, we'll use this presentation as an example. So tomorrow or maybe Monday, we're going to send out a recap of all the things that I talked about in this presentation. Then at the bottom, it's going to have a link that says, click here to watch the full presentation, right? Where you can go learn the full presentation. Then at the bottom, I'll have something around one of the programs that I'm promoting right now, which I'll talk to you about here in a little bit. But always have some sort of a call to action where they can learn more or they can take action right away. This is really important to drive people from consideration down your funnel, right, into decision. The other thing to really think about is the way that you write emails. It's the same as with social media. The way you write email is going to be very different from social media in the sense that people generally scan, right? When was the last time you read like a full paragraph, right? That's like this, right? That's like the size, here you go. That's the size of my husband and my kid's head. You don't, right? Like we don't read like that. And so you want to create content that's scannable. So headline, a little bit of copy. Headline, a little bit of copy. Headline, a little bit of copy. Because then they'll often get the gist. But I know for me, if there's a big long paragraph, I tune out after the first sentence, right? We are in such a overwhelmed point in our life and in our society, especially if you're selling to other entrepreneurs, that it's really hard to get us to read something that's more significant. So really keeping it very bulleted, again, highlight, or headline with a little bit of text, some bullet points, but keeping it really, really scannable is going to be important in making sure that people are actually reading your emails. And also, as much as you can, depending on your platform, lots and lots of graphics. I love emails that have little emojis in them, where somebody's doing something silly, just making them really interesting and dynamic. Okay. I hope that this was super helpful. A little bit of knowledge for you on how to start an email campaign. I am here for you to help you figure that out at any time. One of my most popular programs is called Marketing Plan Done in a Day. So you will come here to the studio or we'll hang out on Zoom and we'll spend an entire day together putting together your overall marketing plan. So we're going to talk about a bunch of different things. What's your superpower? What is the difference you want to make in the world? who do you want to serve, and really getting super clear on who your avatar is, who your customer is, and what their challenges are and how you solve them. Because the best marketing takes people on a journey from where they are now to where they want to be. So until we really understand your customers and what they need, and then how we match up what they need with your superpower, that's where we figure out, okay, what's the product offer and what are the messages that we're going to go out to that audience with so that they come in super excited to buy. So we're going to first kind of root in on what your superpowers are. Then we'll talk a lot about who are the people who you want to serve, what are the products, what are the messaging. Then the last part is we're going to focus on attraction. So you will leave with a very clear outline of both your messaging as well as here are the activities that you need to do to drive your business. So we do that all in one day, or a lot of people don't have the time to do it all in one day. And so we can break it up into multiple days. So you'll at the end get a written plan of everything that you need to be doing. And you'll get 30 days of support from me if you have any questions or any clarifications. After that, many people continue to work with me, usually twice a month or so, to set goals, get really, really clear on exactly what they're going to do, from that plan. How many times am I going to post? How many times am I going to do this? What's going to be my priority for the next month? Those types of things. And so they continue to work with me even afterwards. But we always start with that marketing plan done in a day. And then I have this exciting new offer. Actually, I'm launching it today. It's called Social Content Made Simple. And so it's specifically for people who are here in the DFW area, which is where I live. If you're not from Dallas, DFW stands for Dallas Fort Worth. And it's a 90-minute session. You'll come here to my content studio, and we're going to do a couple things. First, we're going to sit down together and create a 30-day content calendar so you know exactly what you're going to post every single day. Then we're going to take pictures and a video that you can use to create all of those posts that we had decided on when we put together your 30-day calendar. And then you'll also get 7 days of tech support from me, where you can ask questions, get clarifications, and all of that. And those packages are starting at only $2.99 a session. Super great deal, super fun, really great way to get all of your content done and have it just be ready for you, right? You've got all the resources, you've got the plan, you've got all the resources. And if you even want, we can, after that, like really, package it all up nicely for you, write all the captions for you and all of that. That's an add-on, but we can do that as well. But for most people, they just need the plan and they need a couple resources. They need updated pictures. They need somebody to sit with to develop, to make the videos that they're going to use for Reels. And that's exactly what this is intended for. And I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you so much. I do these free trainings pretty regularly. I might be changing the way we do these soon, so I'm going to keep you posted on that. But right now, they're every other Thursday. If you have topics that you'd like for me to talk about, please let me know. Send me an email, direct message me on all the social channels. However you want to get in touch with me. I would love to get your feedback and be able to provide valuable content just for you so that you can grow a business that you love. So thank you so much. Mwah. Have a great day.